What is going on, everybody? Happy Christmas Eve and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing the other 3 reviews in this one video. So you guys are lucky. You guys will be getting a 3 for 1. Alright. Let's go to the first off. First off, before you guys get to this video, please go ahead and give it a like, share, or subscribe. Subscriptions do mean the world to me. And I do thank you to all the newcomers. I notice I have 154 now. Damn, this light is getting in my way. There we go, that's better. But I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers and stuff. And now, let's get to the Dave's Christmas Raves. You like that? Alright, so the first film is Santa Claus 2. Yeah, because that comes in at number 3 on my list. Because it's such a good movie. And personally, I like it a little bit better than I like the first Santa Claus film. Which is very rare. Because as everybody knows, usually the first film is usually the best. I'll take that back because Harry Potter had some great films after the first one. Heck, every single one of them are good movies. Anyways, back to the Christmas reviews. The Santa Claus 2. I like that one slightly better. Mainly because of the ending, which I will get to in a moment. Yeah, a couple of moments. I'm going to try to keep this video under 10 minutes. So, here we go. Here's my mini review for Santa Claus 2. The movie starts off with an airplane coming towards the North Pole, where, pretty much they shut everything down for a little bit. They shut everybody up, except for one elf. His name is Curtis. He's a very creative one and keeper of the handbook, which says pretty much how to be Santa Claus. You know what? Ha ha ha. Nope, damn it. There we go. Now the light is blocked out. Ha ha. Sorry about that. As I was saying, I'm sorry. Yeah, after the elves are on there and stuff, after they be quiet, we cut to Charlie. And by the way, it's been like 8 years since the last film. And he's now on the naughty list, which is not good. So the elves tell Santa that after playing around with football, that Charlie's on the naughty list. And guess what? Here's a little snafu for you, if that's the right word. Here's a little fly in the pudding or jello, whatever the phrase is. Santa Claus has to get married in 27 days, 20 hours, and 17 minutes. By the time he's having a meeting with the other legendary characters, which include the Sandman, Mother Nature, Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, Mother Nature, Cupid, and I believe the other one was Sandman was there too. There's one other one who I'm forgetting. Oh, Father Time, who is played by the same person who plays Frank from That's So Raymond. He was also Scott's boss in the first film, who told him to get psychiatric help. Anyways, that's who plays Father Time now. So they find out that he has to get married. But Sam's worried that how he's going to be in 2 places at once. So Curtis, being the genius he is, comes up with pretty much a cloning device. But he's still a toy, but with most of Santa Claus's memories. So Santa Claus goes down to wherever Charlie lives. Now, in a certain scene, if you pause it at the exact moment, you can see it says that he lives in St. Paul. Or that they're in St. Paul, which is in Minnesota. I'm not sure if that's canon or not, though, so I don't know. I don't think they've ever exactly said where they live. But anyway, so he's in search for a new wife. Laura, which is his ex-wife from the first movie, still played by Wendy Crewson. She looks a lot different in this movie, if you ask me. A, she looks a lot prettier, and B, just looks different. But I looked it up, it's the same exact actress. Judge Ryland is back as Neil. Not Neil Armstrong, but Neil, I forget their last name too. It doesn't really matter though, does it? Yeah. Oh yeah, so he has to go to a meeting in Charlie's school though. Whew, damn, I am sorry for the yawning, you guys, but I'm just tired. I apologize. Yeah, this ain't gonna be a 10-minute video as well. So, long story short, he ends up falling in love with Principal Newman, which Charlie does not like her. Mainly for her punishing him for defacing school property. Which, yeah, they're in a meeting the first time around, and Scott's like, your school's kind of lacking Christmas spirit. Here's a donation. Charlie, don't vandalize the school again. Okay? Charlie agrees, which he later breaks the promise. But between that, Scott has a terrible date which ends in about 5 minutes or so. Because the crazy chick kept on fucking singing. Because the crazy girl kept singing. Not kept singing, but she burst out into song and actually gave like a complete performance. And she's like, wait, didn't like it? And he's like, it kind of scared me, to be honest. So, she left the date. Scott came back home. Talked to Charlie for a little bit. Then I think the next scene, it keeps on coming back to fake Santa a couple times. Or as they refer to him as Toy Santa. Pretty much going crazy. Not at first. It's all thanks to Curtis and that damn rule book. Because eventually, the Toy Santa wants to get rid of presents and give the entire world coal. Yeah, just coal. Every single person in the world gets coal. Pick up those shit, because kids don't know how to listen. But they're kids. What do you expect, Santa? Toy Santa? Damn it. They're late. Anyway, sorry. Anyways, like I said, he ends up taking Scott takes Principal Newman to her school faculty meeting. No, I'm sorry, the faculty Christmas party, which is a. And on the way there, they had a horse-drawn sleigh, which used up like a lot of Santa's magic. Carol is their first name, Principal Newman. So her full name is Carol Newman. So she talked about how she believed in Santa Claus so much when she was a kid. And, Santa's just listening to her, admiring her, kind of, falling in love with her. Because, and while they're at this school faculty party, it sucks. Like, everybody's having a boring time. Like, nobody's enjoying themselves. So Santa's like, you know what? Screw this. So he gets up on stage. No, she's like, I owe you one. Ooh, she does pay him back though. And then anyways, he goes and up onto the stage, and he's like, well, it's time for the word everybody's been waiting for. Fire! Trying to liven them up a little bit. And then he goes backstage and pulls out a huge bag of presents. Which, again, used up so much of his magic, it's not even funny. I am so sorry, I skipped a part. Go, screech! Charlie decided to deface school property again, so instead of suspending him, Santa had the principal, make him do community service. Brings some coffee. He brings her coffee. And she's like, oh, so you actually do have a nice guy side. And you're like, I have many sides. I'm like a Rubik's Cube with pants. And then after that, that's when he picks her up for the school party, yada, yada, yada. And Santa, being Santa, gave her the same present that she got when the last year she believed in Santa Claus. Making her end up kissing her. Scott used the very last of his magic to, grow mistletoe to kiss her. Okay. Great use of your powers. Just saying. Back at the house, he tries telling her that he is Santa Claus. She doesn't believe him, kicks him out, because she thinks he's making fun of her. Which I would have too. Kind of. So, Scott's back at the house playing. Oh, Charlie has it out with Santa. I think it's the same night, or the night after. No, it's the same night. And they're playing Go Fish. When Curtis comes in and tells Scott that, hey, look, the planet's under attack by crazy toy Santa. Bernard's under house arrest. All the elves have been locked up. And he's giving the whole world coal. So, that's what's the funny part. They try multiple ways to knock Scott's tooth out. One way is attaching a piece of string to a toaster and throwing it over the balcony. Or over the stairs. Because our house has stairs. After that, Lucy comes over and says, I lost a tooth. Should I put it underneath my pillow? Which lures the tooth fairy there. And he ends up giving Scott and Curtis a ride back to the North Pole after Santa convinces him that he was Santa, by referring back to the meeting when he wants to change his name to Roy, or a couple other things, or Black Man. And Santa recommended about the Mullinator. So that's how he got Scott. That's how he ended up believing Scott, Santa, Tim Allen, whatever. Yeah. They go back to the North Pole. Charlie ends up going and seeing Principal Newman, showing her that the North Pole is real by having her remember how she felt when she did believe in Santa Claus. It revealed the North Pole. So Charlie knocks his tooth out, but they don't show it until they reach the North Pole. So Carol helps them out. Charlie and Carol both help dismantle the toy army of toy soldiers that Bad Santa or Fake Santa had created, while under a bunch of hot cocoa. So they end up saving the day. I know this is kind of a crappy review for Santa Claus 2, but it is still one of my favorite movies. I'm skipping quite a bit of it. I don't care. Sue me. And that is it for the end of Santa Claus 2's portion of my video reviews in 1. 3 in 1. Now, the second film that I love is Home Alone 1. And that ranks in at number 2. It's just such a good movie. So I'm not going to go into too much detail because everybody has seen Home Alone. If you haven't, just hang yourself. Well, no, I'm playing. Don't hang yourself. But seriously, fucking watch Home Alone. It is one of the best movies out there for Christmas time. Although technically it's not a Christmas movie. It's just a movie that takes place at Christmas. Yes, there is a difference, okay? It's not much, but... So, Harry and Marv, who are the bad guys of the film, are trying to rob the neighborhood after the McAllisters leave. At the beginning of the movie, all of his family are pretty much the jerks. So Kevin wishes that they would just disappear. Alright, so, yeah. Yeah, pretty much his whole family are a bunch of assholes anyways. I can kind of see why he'd wish them to disappear. So, he wakes up the next morning after everybody has gone to the airport and accidentally forgot him. Because one of the dumb ones counted herself twice. So Harry and Marv break into... Did they break in? They try breaking into the McAllister's house multiple times. And they try not kidnapping, but they're following Kevin really, really close. So what was cool is he went and hid as one of the three wise men. This with his green hat down. Or cloak, whatever you want to call it. The robe. Which was a pretty good scene. The robbers keep trying to come back to Kevin's house, and finally, Kevin has enough of it. So what he does is sets serious traps to cause great bodily harm to them, which does work. One of the things Kevin does is heat the doorknob, so when they open the door, Marv's hand is, or Harry's hand is just scalded, and it actually leaves a permanent scar on his hand. I think he has a bowling ball drop on one of them. Just so many different things that Kevin does, which might be the reason he might become the next Jigsaw. Or he might actually be the true identity for Jigsaw. Just all the traps he does is completely great. I really was in the middle of watching this right now, but it's getting, like I said, it's getting late. So I just said, screw it, I'll just do the reviews right now, just based off of my memory. Yeah. So, the mom, after they realized they left Kevin, they all try and get a hold of Kevin, try and get home to see him. They feel bad. And yeah, that's pretty much it. By the time the mom gets back to the house, they, what was it? Oh, the house was already immaculate again. Yeah, that's pretty much the end. That's pretty much the basics of Home Alone. I mean, it's kind of in the title. Alright, and for the number one, my favorite Christmas film of all time is, can I get a drum roll, please? Yeah, not a good drum roll. Anyways, Elf with Will Ferrell is by far my favorite Christmas movie to date. And why? Why not? It's such a great film. Oh. Now, quite a few people haven't seen this movie, and this is why I wanted to shout it out. So, Buddy the Elf, played by Will Ferrell, was raised in an elf world as a elf, but he is human. There was some complications, like him being way too tall. Just other different stuff, like too big to ride he was only tall when he was just really tall, okay? And he's not really that great of a worker, because he only made, like, when they show him as a grown adult, like, working in the toy factory, or in Santa's work factory, whatever you want to call it, he only made 18 out of 18,000, or whatever absurd amount of he had to do. Like, yeah. So, Buddy's like, you know what, I'm just a cotton-headed mini nuggins. Which, I've got to look that up to see what exactly that means. What is a cotton-headed mini nuggins? If I'm even saying it right. If you guys know, let me know down in the comment section below. I was going to say one more thing. What was it? Talking about the movie. Elf. Oh, yeah. So he finds out that he's not really an elf as he's overhearing two elves talk about it, because he went to a special part of the toy factory where he tests the toys, mainly the Jack in the Box, Dun, 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 dun. No, I can't imitate it. My bad. um, so, Buddy ends up traveling to New York, to the Empire State Building, where his father, Walter Hobbs, who is on the naughty list, because he's a workaholic, I believe. I believe that's the reason why he's on the naughty list. Anyways, Buddy just wants to spend time with his dad, get to know him. Dad has no idea he was even born now. Yeah, like, when he has a picture of his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, who had previously passed away, he's like, where'd you get this? So, yeah, no. There's a couple of singing scenes from Buddy. And damn it, you know, I'm going to sing the song right now because now I'll wait till towards the end of the video, when they actually sing it in the film. It's my favorite Christmas song of all time, which you guys will find out in about 4 more minutes from now. Alright? So, he gets kicked out by security from Walter's office because he's just a weirdo that Walter doesn't even know who he is. So he gets banned from the Empire State Building. If it's the Empire State Building, I think it's the Empire State Building he's in. Alright, so one security guard says, why don't you just go back to Gimbel's? So that's where Buddy goes, which is like right across the street. So they go to Gimbel. He goes to Gimbel's. He's looking at a lingerie for that special somebody. Wrong kind of special somebody, buddy. So he goes in, checks out a girl who's in an elf costume. Because she's a worker. And it's Christmas themed there right now. He tries convincing her to sing, which does not go out well. Alright. So, the manager decides to announce that Santa Claus is coming tomorrow at 10 a.m. to take pictures with kids. So what does Buddy do? He stays there all night long and creates a masterpiece. Like, it is freaking gorgeous what he does, okay? Anyway, long story short, he gets into a fist fight with Santa Claus for calling him out for not being the real Santa. Which, come on, being an elf though, you should know about mall Santa Clauses, dude. Just saying. Oh, before the physical assault happened, the hot girl, I think her name's Jody or Jovi, I believe it's Jovi. The same girl who was in the elf costume the day before, was in the shower singing. So he literally goes in, sits down on the sink, and just starts singing along with her. Same song that she's singing. Baby, it's cold outside. No, no, no. Or some shit like that. I really shouldn't stay. But anyways, they start singing the same exact song. And when he starts singing at a higher pitched voice, that's when she gets like really nervous. She's like, who the hell is in the bathroom with me? So she peeks out and like, don't look at me! Get out! So literally, he closes his eyes, runs right into the lockers, and knocks himself out. Which was fucking hilarious. That was my favorite part of the movie. Yeah, that's my favorite part of the movie. When he knocks himself out. Then that's when the physical assault happened after that. He sits on the throne of lies. That's what he tells Santa. Fake Santa. So he gets arrested. And Walter bails him out of jail. They go do a paternity test. Walter grudgingly lets him stay with him. None of the family members like him. The wife is trying to be nice. I don't remember if they actually gave her a name or not. Just Honey. So yeah, dinner, which is spaghetti. The buddy likes syrup on him. He also downs a whole 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola. Burps loud. And slightly before that, they found out that Walter is indeed his biological father. And the doctor is played by none other than Jon Favreau. If you don't know, if you're thinking, who the hell is Jon Favreau? Think Happy from the Iron Man film series, okay? Happy Hogan? That's who that is. Alright? Which reveals that he is the son. They go home. Buddy annoys the crap out of the dad. The next day, he tries hanging out with his brother Michael after school. A bunch of bullies decide to just start pelting snowballs. So they duck beneath a snowball bank, or a snow bank, and Buddy makes like 30 different freaking snowballs at once, which is freaking awesome, and starts launching them like this. Again, another one of my favorite parts of the movie. So, they go to the mall, or the Gimbals, where the film was taken, where everything was taking place at. Sorry, my phone's getting low battery.